depending on your purse size, I can't get no big ass meat. And after that, you come on out with it, no workers and no cameras, and you get the fucking work. Come up close so I can show them how to do it. See this to me? They wanted my purse. All this is going on.
It's official, the U.S. Senate has voted to reopen the U.S. government after 41 days with the help of 8 Democrats that moved over to the Republican side to get the deal done. However, there still are some speed bumps to free up U.S. air travel, federal workers and their paychecks, and of course, that all-important SNAP EBT food stamp benefits going out to everyone that depends on them. Let's talk about it. All right, we're going to start off with what exactly happened and show you the Democrats that switched sides. And then we're going to look at those folks that were dealing with this EBT situation. Of course, we know federal workers will be going back to work, and if they're at work not getting paid, they're going to start getting paid. And people working at the airports, air traffic control, ATC, and the FAA, they're going to start getting paid. Furloughed people, some of them will come back. All of that is going to continue, and of course, anybody who works in the federal government who has not been paid over the last month and a half, some of you, not all of you, will get back pay. So all of that's going to start back up. It could be as early as tomorrow on Tuesday, possibly Wednesday, or even by the end of the week, but they're hoping to get this done tomorrow on Tuesday, November the 11th, possibly Wednesday, November the 12th. With that said, let's take a look at the update, and then we'll go into seeing when the EBT updates are going to happen and everybody that's waiting on that.
News, it's all but over. And Schumer lost. The Democrats caved. They were holding out for things that made no sense in a continuing resolution. So 8 Democrats crossed the aisle and voted with the Republicans and brought the CR to cloture. What that means is they got 60 votes in the Senate. Now the House has to look at what the Senate said yes to. They have to agree to it, and then it goes to the president, and it'll be signed. It could be as early as tomorrow. Some say it could be Wednesday. But here are the Democrats that all switched sides.
Just so you have an update, although the Senate is the majority Republicans, it does require 60 votes. So the Republicans have their majority, and they had a couple of Democrats on their side saying, hey, if we can get the votes, we'll vote with you. But they needed 8 of these Democrats to come across the aisle, and so they didn't have the votes for 41 days, and that's what it took with 60 votes. Today, they got that 60th vote. They knew they had 3 or 4 people. They needed to convince 3 or 4 more, and they were able to do it today. Here's the list.
And it makes sense. They should have from the very beginning. Now, I'm not naive enough to think that Chuck Schumer didn't give them the wink and the nod to go ahead and make this vote, but here are the ones that did it. Angus King, independent from Maine. He's a Democrat. He caucuses with the Democrats. He's been saying yes the entire time. John Fetterman, Democrat, Pennsylvania. He's also been saying yes. Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada. She's also been saying yes. The new ones are
Yeah, so those first 3, Angus King, John Fetterman, and Catherine Cortez Masto, have all been on board with it, which would have given the Republicans 55 votes. They were 5 short. They needed these other 5 people to come over.
Shaheen from New Hampshire. The other New Hampshire Senator, Maggie Hassan, also said yes. Jackie Rosen from New Mexico said yes. Tim Kaine, Virginia, said yes. And the number 2 Democrat in the United States Senate voted against Chuck Schumer, and that is Dick Durbin from Illinois. So now you've got 60. You needed 60, which is a supermajority, to end the filibuster, to bring it to cloture. Now you can actually bring that vote for the actual CR, then get it to the House, get it to the president. The government gets reopened. They did not get anything updated in Obamacare, no extension of the subsidies. All they really got was that some of the furloughed and fired employees will be brought back, not many, and those who were furloughed will get back pay, which they were going to anyway. What are your thoughts on this? It's a huge win for the Republicans, a huge loss for the Democrats. Was it worth 40 days and putting the country in peril? Come on.
Yeah, no, it's never worth it. Why would the government ever shut down? But they hurt a lot of people who didn't have groceries for a week. They hurt a lot of people for a month and a half who couldn't go to work and get a paycheck because they're a federal worker. They had this cushy federal job, and now they're not getting paid. So hopefully they had enough savings to make it through a month. They should get back pay. We'll have to wait and see. But man, it's just a huge stress on everybody. Nobody knows what's going on. And thankfully they got it done before Thanksgiving, before the holidays actually started. Let's go over and check out some of these EBT videos, because you know that was the hot topic for the last, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks of not knowing whether people were going to be able to eat or not. So actually, some of the folks in some of the states have been getting their funds put onto their cards. A lot of them have been checking. States like Massachusetts, I saw Texas, I think I seen Georgia. A lot of these states, if people checked their card balances, it was already there. Now, some states have not gotten it. They won't get it until the government is officially reopened, which again could be tomorrow, could be Wednesday, Thursday. We don't know yet. Hopefully tomorrow, but most of the states are starting to get the funds hitting their thing. Check this girl out. She is from the state of Massachusetts.
I got my full EBT SNAP benefits last night. Do me a favor, if you are from the state Massachusetts, I'm not quite sure about other states, but I know that some people in Massachusetts get their SNAP benefits on the 2nd of the month or the 10th of the month, and I got my full amount last night. I am so thankful, praising Jesus, so happy. So do me a favor, if you are from the state Massachusetts, please check your SNAP benefits. And if you're from a different state, the SNAP benefits are coming. I have hope. I'm praying for everybody. God bless. Before I end this video, I wanted to say, please send me a DM if you are struggling and you need help. My DMs are always open. God bless.
Yeah, so Massachusetts, I saw another one in Texas and Georgia, and so seems like most of the states are starting to get those. You should see those balances if you're somebody who does, and please use them responsibly. Don't sell them. Don't use it for fraud. Don't use it for soda and candy. Get what you need to feed the family and help out, and don't take advantage of it. And thank God it couldn't have came at a better time for this to happen, because we had people who were literally posting as recently as yesterday into today to steal whatever they needed from the stores to cover this if the government wasn't going to open today. They, of course, didn't know that we were going to have this happen today, but either way, not cool no matter what time of day or what week or what day it is to go in here and do what you're going to see this young lady, this young, enterprising young lady do.
Y'all see this meat behind me? Now, depending on your purse size, I can't get no big ass meat. And after that, you come out with no work, no camps, and you get the fucking work. Come up close so I can show them how to do it. See these two pieces to me? They want my purse. All this is one my purse. Every piece of it. Now don't tell me.
Did she just thank the security guard for his service? That's what it sounded like. Thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do. Yet she's walking out with like $50, $60 worth of meat in her purse, like $10 a pack there. She had 5 or 6 packs. That's everything that's wrong with this country, is when people are having a tough time, instead of going out and figuring it out, making money, they actually just do that. They just take. It seems to be what happens on the poor side of this country, and it also is what happens on the rich side of this country. Our government and our leaders, I use that loosely, and all the powerful rich people, they take from the middle class too, and we all suffer. Everyone suffers because everyone else is just taking. Number one, nobody's helping each other anymore, and you got to fight for yourself. Unfortunately, that's the way this country works. Now, some of these podcasters and some of these people that do commentary, they made some videos about this and about people who steal, people who take advantage of EBT, all these different things about the complaining. Again, we just found out in the last couple of hours that the government's reopening. So up until then, people were publishing this content all the way till last night, till this morning. So let's hear what she has to say. This is the Emily Saves America show. I watch this every once in a while. This isn't one of my favorites, but sometimes she has some good stuff that she says. I figured this clip would hit well with what was happening. And now that the government is reopening, I'm sure she'll put out some more content later today or tomorrow.
We have another EBT user. I like that.
Yeah, I told y'all, with or without EBT, me and mine gonna eat.
Clock it. Of course
Like it.
Oh, cuz now. We gonna eat.
What do we call them? The usual suspects. Always offended, never ashamed. This is good. By the way, let's look at that basket. Not a lot of fruits and vegetables in there. I see some sort of Mountain Dew, chips, probably Pringles, Cheetos, I don't know. Who put the Halloween font for this? Told y'all we gonna eat. It's like Halloween edition. Yeah, no, that's supposed to be for hungry people. As you could tell by looking at her, she has not missed a meal.
God, hey, look, this is the problem with a lot of people and why some folks think the EBT shutdown, part of the government shutdown, is not a big deal, because people use these benefits to buy junk food and candy and chips and sodas and all this bad for you stuff, sweets. They don't use it for health. And like, if you know the definition of one of these programs, which is called SNAP, it's the Supplemental Nutrition Act, right? And it is supposed to be supplemental nutritional meals, not candy, soda, Reese's cups, and all this different sugary crap, right? It just, I'm not saying that you shouldn't and people shouldn't be allowed to have that, but if you're dependent on the government for the basics, for food, for your proteins and your meats and your vegetables and your fruits, then you need to use it on that stuff first. And if there's anything left over, then sure, treat yourself. But there's just a ton of people and a ton of videos all over the internet where people are highly misusing this and highly abusing it. And so we get people like, Emily here on this that point it out and they call it out, and it causes a lot of division in this country because it's not regulated, it's not looked after, and very, very often it's misused or it's sold for cash, which is also a federal felony last I checked.
Did you pay for those things? Why'd you go out that door?
Because that was the way I was supposed to come out.
No, everyone else goes out the other way with their receipt.
I went ahead and paid for it online.
That's not the way those things work. And then he was out there helping you and get it unloaded quickly.
I can go do it.
You should pay. You should pay for your stuff.
I will.
This makes them. I don't want my groceries go up when you take all that stuff. And I thought both of you guys. He was helping you do it. No, I'm just a person that's tired of people stealing. It's not okay to steal. It's not okay to steal. I understand that, but it doesn't make stealing okay. It's not okay to steal.
And then we get people that do like these EBT hauls. They show that they had $500, $600, $700, $1,000 worth of groceries on their EBT card. They had a balance before the shutdown happened, and they bought up all these groceries. And you got people in the comment sections who are like, look, I'm working my butt off at 2 jobs and I can't even afford a fraction of the groceries that you bought. Meanwhile, I'm paying taxes so that you can use this money to go out and buy your family thousands of dollars in groceries, and here we are struggling. Let me show you one of these when the EBT actually released to the card, and this girl filmed like a haul of everything that she bought, and her comments were full of people that just said, must be nice, must be nice. I will stop it here and I'll say it looks like she's bought some fair amount of stuff. There's a lot of canned goods, fruits, vegetables. There's a lot of like rice and stuff that I see. There's like those noodle packs. There's a lot of things that can be used to make dinners, things that I eat that are in there. There's peanut butter so they can make sandwiches. They have, like green beans and vegetables. Looks like a lot of noodle bowls maybe at the bottom. And then she's of course got the packs of water. She's got cooking oil. So it looks like this is a reasonable one. I don't see, a whole big box of candy, and I don't see boxes of chips, and I don't see sodas. I see, Capri Suns, I see hamburger helpers, I see, sauces, I see breads. This is a fair value for what she got using EBT, that this will actually feed a family. There's enough food in that pantry to feed her and kids for weeks. She says she has 6 kids. I only see 1 there, but we'll have to keep watching. But this is actually a reasonable haul for what we see here. Again, I see condiments, I saw apple juice, I saw yogurt, I saw a ton of protein and meat there. She had one box of chips, which is no big deal, right? It looks like a couple maybe little fruit drinks and fruit juices. This is like a really good example of somebody using food stamps for the best possible way to make the money go the longest. I'm not mad at this haul at all. I'm not mad at her. I think this was great. If this is somebody who relies on this, maybe she's working a job, she's got 6 kids, maybe her husband works and she can't work because she has to stay at home and they're struggling a little bit and the money's going to that. Hey, good for them. This is what is the positive, and there's always all these negative videos, but sometimes you need to see the positive side of people that are doing it right, not committing fraud, not being crazy, and we get to see what it was meant to help people with. All right, as always, we're gonna finish up with one of the entertaining, funny videos of the day, and it goes right along with this topic of conversation. The government reopening, so everything's going to get back to somewhat normal, whatever we consider normal. Maybe the American people won't put up with this anymore. But this lady on this video, you can tell exactly what this is. I'm sure you guys will put it in the comments, but it's kind of entertaining, and I love to finish the videos up with this.
Y'all cut my card over with a whole basket of food. What am I supposed to do now?
Ma'am, the system says it's declined. I can't override it. This is ridiculous. People got kids to feed.
They're shutting everybody down. Look at all these receipts.
I spent an hour shopping and now y'all telling me
Everyone,
I can't
step
pay?
back.
No.
Let's figure this out, please.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of entertainment, satire, it's probably AI, but that was what it was like leading up to the last few days. And now it looks like things are gonna go back to where they are. Everyone should get their deposits. Everything should be fine. And there'll be, further discussions about the EBT, SNAP food stamp program and about the federal government and the benefits we put out in this country, the healthcare. I have another video coming up later about just life in general as an American being a scam, about everything we pay for, from our health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, property taxes, sales tax, tax on tax, income tax, state tax, federal tax, all that stuff. I'm going to wrap it up in one nice big video about how living here in the United States is one giant financial scam. I think you guys are going to enjoy it, so make sure you stay tuned for that video to come out later tonight or tomorrow. And make sure you hit the like button for this video. I appreciate that. It helps the YouTube algorithm, it means a lot to me. And if you could share this out to your social media, that is the best thing you can do for me. Let everyone else see these videos. Let them know about the update that the government is open. Let them see this, and hopefully they'll enjoy it and come back and watch as well. And subscribe so you get the notification when that next video comes up and all my future videos. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.